Here is a good example. We have Morocco and Egypt, two countries. The question is, which country is the opportunity cost of clothes lower? What does this mean? It means we have here Morocco, they produce juice, we call it juice, here they name it wine, let's call it juice. Here, Morocco, they produce juice and clothes. And here, Egypt, they produce also juice and clothes. Which country should they have lower opportunity cost? Means they give up less. The cost of opportunity cost is less. How can we calculate it? To make that, to calculate the opportunity cost, you only need to produce, for example, here, 1 unit of cloth. How can you calculate it? Just divide 600 over 300. What is the answer? I want to use pen. Okay. So here is the pen. So we said Morocco, right? Morocco, we start with Morocco. Morocco, they produce juice, 600 units. This is 600. And this is by minus, right? Because we want to produce more clothes, right? So 600 over 300, how much? Remove 2 zeros with 2 zeros. 6 divided by 3, how much? Minus 2, right?
Yes.
So what does this mean? It means whenever we want to produce, remember this is a clothes, right? This is a clothes, okay?
Yes.
And this is what? This is juice, let's say. So whenever we want to produce 1 unit of clothes, we need to give up 2 units of juice. We need to give up 2 units of juice, okay? Let's go to Egypt. So remember this number, bear it in your mind. Now let's go to Egypt. Let's see. This is Egypt. Egypt, the maximum production is 200, right? We have Egypt 200, and we have to produce juice, they have 200, and to produce clothes, they have 300. They have 300. How can we calculate the opportunity cost? We have 200 producing juice over 300 producing what? Clothes, right? So this is clothes, and this is minus, and this is juice, right? So divide 200 over 300. What is the answer? Use your calculator.
0.6.
0.6 minus. What does this mean? It means to produce 1 unit, to produce 1 unit of clothes, it equals, you need to give up, how much you need to give up? You need to give up 0.6 of juice. So to produce 1 unit of clothes, you need to give up 0.6 for juice. This is for who? This is for Egypt, right? Right? But for Morocco, for example, right? For Morocco, to produce 1 unit of to produce 1 unit of clothes, how much you need to give up? You need to give up 2 units of juice. You need to give up 2 units of juice. So which one has lower opportunity cost? Egypt or Morocco? Egypt, right? So here, what you give up is less. Here in Morocco, you need to give 2 units. You need to give up 2 units of juice. But here you give up what? How much? You give only 0.6. 0.6 is less than 2. So which one is better for producing clothes? Egypt or Morocco? So same thing with countries. Countries here, because Egypt, they have less cost for the opportunity cost. They have better production. They have better production for producing clothes. While Morocco, they need to give up more. They have higher opportunity cost. So if the country, take it as a rule, if you have lower opportunity cost, it means you have what's called the comparative advantage. So here Egypt has what's called comparative advantage. CA, comparative advantage. We will talk about it soon. So here we have, there is another way to understand or to choose the comparative advantage. If you have a question in the exam like this, in which country is the opportunity cost of the cloth lower? And instead of doing the math, very simple. Look at the steeper slope, the steeper slope, which means which slope is more horizontal, Morocco or Egypt? Which slope is more horizontal?
The lower, you mean?
Yes,
Egypt.
Egypt. You see, Egypt it has lower slope. Take it as a rule. If you have lower slope, it means you have the comparative advantage. It means that you have lower opportunity cost. Okay? You get the point? So here, if the slope is more horizontal or steeper, it means that Egypt has lower opportunity cost. And when you have lower opportunity cost, it means you have the comparative advantage. What do you mean by comparative advantage? It means Egypt has an advantage over Morocco to produce clothes. That is the idea. In marketing, we studied competitive advantage. Here we call it, in economics, it is different. In economics, we call it comparative advantage. So when you compare between Egypt and Morocco, Egypt has the advantage to produce clothes. Why Egypt has the advantage to produce clothes? Because they have lower opportunity cost. They have lower opportunity cost. This is the idea. Okay. We can improve the productivity, or we can improve the economic growth of the country if we have more what? If we have better technology. So if we have better technology, we can improve. You see the slope will go what? Will go higher. The slope will go higher. We can produce more computers, more wheat, or any combination in between. So let's have a quick summary and we can close the class. PPF shows all combinations of two goods that an economy can possibly produce given its resources and technology. The PPF illustrates the concepts of trade-off and opportunity cost, efficiency and inefficiency, unemployment and economic growth. Sometimes we have a bow-shaped PPF which illustrates the concept of increasing opportunity cost.